Some all of the bushes, we got some major news for Kill la Kill If. Over the weekend, new gameplay dropped with the dual-wield versions of Ryuko and Satsuki. We've got a release date, we've got a new trailer, we got a final character roster count, and we've got upcoming DLC. All of that and more in today's edition of the Glob Newscast. It's not a show. I'll start with the new gameplay. So this new gameplay came out, showcasing the dual-wield versions of Ryuko and Satsuki. This was posted on the Top Game channel, but I believe it was ripped from an official source, maybe a Twitch live stream by Arc System Games. I'll link it in the description down below if you want to watch the whole thing, but I am kind of disappointed by these characters, mainly because of the fact that every character in Kill la Kill If so far has been so distinct, so completely different from one another, and these two dual-wielding variants don't feel that different from their original counterparts. Of course, there are different moves. Ryuko has this like tornado spinny move. Satsuki has a lot more projectiles. There are definitely differences that you will feel when picking up these characters for the first time versus their counterparts. And as we discover more and more of this game, I bet we're gonna find, you know, new unique combos, unique tech with these characters, but they're not as distinct as everyone else in this roster so far, and I guess that's why I was left a little bit disappointed. That said, not every character has to have their own unique gimmick, not every character has to be completely different from one another. I think it's fine having these, you know, smaller kind of character differences. I guess I just expected a bigger departure from their base forms, but let me know what you think after watching the video. Next topic, we've got a release date. July 25th, the game comes out in Japan. July 26th, it comes out in North America and Europe. And that is soon. We're at the end of March now, so that is technically just 4 months away. And it seems to release during sort of a downtime of the industry. July is usually not that big of a month for games. I mean, this is releasing right after my scheduled vacation, which I scheduled because not a lot happens in July. So that's good to see. It didn't land on my vacation, it landed immediately afterwards, so I'm gonna come back to some Kill la Kill fresh and rested. Honestly, it can come at a better time. I'm very excited for this. Arc System Works seems to be ramping up the marketing for this game as they released this brand new trailer that goes over all the features that you can find in Kill la Kill If. They go over story mode, which shows a few cutscenes in action. They are in-engine cutscenes, though the animation work seems to be a little bit minimal. To me, it is reminiscent of the Dragon Ball FighterZ story mode, where yes, the characters were animated in-engine, but the animation was kind of minimal. It was just, you know, them moving their heads a little bit. This seems a little bit more evolved than that, but it's still perhaps not the full-on cinematic style that we were kind of hoping for. That said, it's hard to say how the final product will look. All we have are some snippets, so we'll keep hoping for the best until we see the final product. The trailer also mentions some of the other features that we already talked on the channel, like the training mode, the cover challenges, the online modes, etc., etc. Perhaps the most important part of this trailer happens right at the beginning, where they announce that you will have 10 playable characters. The exact wording is that these are the characters that they have right now. They don't say that there will be more than 10 at launch, or if this is the final roster, so it's not really definitive on whether or not the 10 character count is gonna be final. But my take on it is, yeah, this is the final roster, and it's a bit lower than we expected. My roster prediction landed at 18 characters total, because that's the space that they have on the character selection screen, but the 18 character count might be the final count after DLC. And what supports my theory is the fact that they didn't say that, hey, we're gonna have more than 10 characters. They straight up put a trailer saying we have 10 playable characters. That's not a number they should be bragging about, because that's not a big character roster, and if they had more in the pipeline, I believe they would frame it as we have more than 10 characters playable, and not just, hey, we have 10 characters. Plus, to further support this, they announce 2 DLC characters that are coming. The Ultimate DTR, which contains Kinagase and Mikisugi fighting together as one in this ultimate naked mech, and Mako Mankashoku from the Fighting Club, wearing her 2-star Goku uniform. All of these characters were in my roster prediction. This specific version of Mako was the version that I predicted. As far as Kinagase and Mikisugi, I was expecting them to be 2 separate characters, but they put them together as one. So as far as characters go, we have the 10 final characters for the roster, and that is going to include the dual-wielding versions of Ryuko and Satsuki, and then 2 free DLC, which presumably will be coming after launch. Ultimately, that makes this full-priced game game an arena fighter with 12 playable characters, even if 2 only come out after launch. And speaking of my roster prediction, a lot of the comments you guys left were predicting some different versions of Ryuko and Satsuki. For instance, Satsuki wearing the Senketsu and Ryuko wearing the Junketsu. And while we're not getting that exactly, we are getting some new outfits. Looking over at some pre-order bonuses for different outlets in Japan, one of those outlets lists alternate outfits as one of their pre-order bonuses. These outfits are not the Junketsu and the Senketsu that you guys wanted to see, but actually just a color swap, a color palette that resembles Satsuki in Senketsu and Ryuko in Junketsu. And while that's not as good as having the actual outfit and an alternate version for those characters, this does confirm that there will be alternate outfits for all the characters involved. And to me, that's just great news. And that's gonna do it for what is a pretty short and fast video, but I condensed a lot of information here. Just to recap, new gameplay with dual-wield versions, a release date, new trailer with some story cutscenes and all the other features we talked about, the 10 character count, 2 free DLC, and outfits have been officially announced. Let me know your thoughts on all of this. In particular, I'm curious about the character count. 10 total characters for the base roster and then 2 more free characters as DLC. Is this something that's gonna make you, step back and say, maybe this is not the game for me? Or are you still excited? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. But as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Globku, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.